Guys, it's Saturday, so I'm chilling in my happy place with my Vietnamese coffee, and I figured, it's a beautiful day out. It's not too hot. It is sunny and bright, and everything is fine. So why not ruin it by talking about fashion watches? And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about fashion watches today, unfortunately. But there's a reason. There's a reason we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to fill you guys in. But Valen's here, Matt's here, Ryan, Cowboy Swami, Spiel, Netherlands. What's going on, Netherlands? Hans, what's going on, Hans? Good luck getting into that AD, but the AD should let you in no problem, so I'm not worried. ONF is here. South Florida has arrived. What's going on, Florida? So I just got back from the barber shop. I'm looking nice and clean and crispy. Tay, what's going on, Tay? So I'm gonna wait for a little bit because I know a bunch of people are just joining us here right now, so I want to let everybody join in real quick. Why don't we do this? Let's do a wristwatch check. I'll show you guys what I'm wearing and sound off in the comments section as well. Let's see if I can do this here. So I am wearing my Frederique Constant Moon Timer on this Colareb strap, and I think it looks really, really super duper cool. If you haven't seen the video I made about this watch and this strap yesterday, then click my channel videos and it'll be there because I made a video yesterday for you guys. But yeah, what are you guys wearing? Let me know. Central Valley, California, what's going on? The Chime Seller, super chats enabled. Tanzil, yes, people were asking me, why no super chats? Why no super chats? I didn't know what they were. I didn't even know what a super chat was. So I got a notification on my YouTube. It's called the Creator Studio. If you have a channel, that's where you go to set up your videos. I got a notification that's like, oh, you go live. Here's a super chat. Here's how to set it up. I think, oh, Tanzil, okay, I just got a super chat from you. He asks, T3, FP Journe is now a fashion watch since Chanel owns 20% of the stake in the business. So that's kind of the catalyst for today's conversation. It's because a lot of people are asking me about what went down. I'm gonna bring it up. We're almost at 100 people in the chat. I typically wait for 100 people to show up before I get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation, but I'm gonna bring this up. Because it is kind of a big deal. So DF says he's wearing a Daniel Wellington, don't judge. Hey man, I'm not here to judge you, bro. Keone, aloha, what's going on, Keone? David says crispy hair and a crispy watch. Dude, that's right, bro. I got all lined up. I just saw my barber. Mustache is clean. Watch is always clean, all right? David says he loves the strap. Bay Area, what's going on, Bay Area? Getting hyphy up there. Andrew's wearing a Seagull 1963. Heck yes. Love that watch. Mercado. Nice to see you, Jory. Nice to see you, bro. Malcolm's wearing a turtle, dude, in New York, in the Big Apple. Pete in Bend, Oregon. What's going on, Bend? Cornwall, UK. I can always count on John Kenworthy coming in from Cornwall. Elaine is wearing a Tag Aqua Racer. You guys know I don't like that watch, but I'm not judging you, bro. He says don't hate. Chris, everybody congratulate Chris B. He's wearing a brand new Omega 300 out of the NYC boutique. Very, very cool, guys. Congratulations on your new Omega. Okay, so we're already, just real quick, I want to acknowledge some more people. Bangkok's in here. Paris, Jay from Paris is here. Theo is wearing a Hamilton khaki. Rob asks if I'm wearing new glasses. Fairly new, but these are also Warby Parker glasses. They're actually the same model as the clear frames that I have, but these are kind of like the tortoise shell. But I switch. Papa Shark just sent me a super chat. He says, super chat, but I'm a boss. Or I'm a bot. Oh yeah, I forgot, because you guys are all fake. Nice watch. My wife got me a Frederic Constant before we got married, rocking a Railmaster 58 reissue. I love that watch, Papa Shark. First of all, I love Frederic Constant, but the Railmaster reissue with that kind of faux patina, love that watch. Dang. John and Smith from North Carolina. I hope and pray you are safe and your loved ones and your friends are safe. Please be careful over there. For those of you who don't know, North Carolina and that area, the Carolinas are getting hit pretty hard with a pretty terrible storm right now. And unfortunately, there have been some casualties, but that is incredibly unfortunate. So, yeah, stay safe out there, guys. So, David says the tortoise shell looks good on me. All right, guys. So, let's get into it. I have a super chat here that's very, very, very relevant to the topic today. The title of this live stream, what should we call this Saturday live stream, guys? What should we call it? Because it's like kind of my happy place live stream. I have my Vietnamese coffee. I don't know what to call it, but so okay. The title of this live stream, the topic today, is that all fashion watches are the same. And the real catalyst for making this live stream today was because, number one, I made the episode earlier this week. I did a watch rant on Tuesday instead of Friday, but it's because I was so upset about these new Tom Ford watches. And with that episode, I got a lot of people asking me, okay, so you mentioned Tom Ford, but what about Burberry? And then someone else would say, okay, I've heard you say that you don't like Tom Ford, but what about Armani? And then in the comment section or in my DMs, people would say, okay, I heard you don't like Tom Ford, but what about Vincero? And listen, guys, the unfortunate truth is that Burberry, Lacoste, Louis Vuitton, Coach, Gucci, Tommy Hilfiger, Tom Ford, they're all the same and they're all junk. Now, the plot thickens because Movado Group makes the watches for Lacoste, Coach, Burberry, and Shinola's like parent company or whatever makes the watches for Tom Ford. So it's bad blood all around here, guys. It's bad blood. Now, another reason I made this episode today was because the watch world is freaking out, and Tanzil, this is where I'm going to acknowledge your super chat. FP Journe, private independent watchmaker, okay, makes it's probably solely by hand the majority of what he does. Incredible watches with incredible complications, incredible design, incredible finishing. I don't like all of his watches, but his watches, each of them are quite impressive, to be honest. Chanel has now purchased a 20% stake in that company. Why is this a big deal? Well, people are concerned that because Chanel, a prominent fashion company, now has such a large stake in the company, they might be able to manipulate the product from FP Journe. Hey.
Meatball book.
I don't think this is going to happen with FP Journe. But real quick, like, what do you guys think? Let me know. Tanzil says Shinola just purchased a 20% stake in FP Journe. Shinola didn't, thank God. But Chanel did. Okay. Now, am I happy? Dang, dude, my hair looks sick right now, by the way. Now, am I happy that Chanel purchased FP Journe? I'm not super stoked about it, but here's the thing. Okay, people are saying, here, someone actually brought this up real quick. Someone brought something up that I wanted to bring up. It's about Invicta's relationship with glycine. People are like, oh no, glycine. their quality is going to go downhill. Now they're related to Invicta. Well, listen, guys, anything related to Invicta is terrible. You guys know that. Or you know that that's how I feel, at least. But there's a big difference between Invicta, or when the disparity in quality, okay? When we're looking at glycine to Invicta versus Chanel and FP Journe, these are very different companies with very different metrics here. Okay, guys? Like, Chanel is incredibly prominent, a huge, huge high-end accessory brand. They don't mess around. It would be very, very interesting why they acquire FP Journe. But on FP Journe's end, it makes a lot of sense because he is an independent watchmaker, and the unfortunate truth is that he needs capital. He needs capital to be able to keep producing his high-end, precious, limited watches. Okay, guys, and money, we know this, does not grow on trees, and he needs capital to be able to produce his product. So he's gonna have a relationship with FP Journe, or he's gonna have a relationship with Chanel. Chanel's gonna be giving him money, and he's going to be producing watches. Now, here's the deal, okay? Just from simple math, okay? A 20% stake, that's a large portion, but it's nowhere near the majority, okay? So FP Journe still is able to make the big decisions with the company. So I don't think he's going to be producing watches for Chanel. I don't think we're going to see FP Journes in Chanel boutiques. I think that would be odd. If he does start producing watches with a Chanel dial on it, I will be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked, and we will make another video here and I will rant about it because it doesn't make sense. The people that would be in the market for a Chanel handbag, like let's say Connie, my girl, let's say she goes and we go to get her a handbag. I'm not going to walk in there with my girl with the intention of buying a handbag and then get upsold to buy an FP Journe watch. It's just not going to happen. This isn't a relatively expensive upsell. To upsell someone on an FP Journe wristwatch, that's a very, very expensive upsell. And I just don't see it happening. Papa Shark, do you think they would make movements for Chanel? High complications? No, I don't think so. I know Hermes, and I think someone brought it up in the... Okay, BT says, maybe if Hermes bought Journe, I would feel better. Here's the thing. Do you guys... Who here... Please comment in the comment section. Who here... real quick, I want to read what Tree Dillinger says. 20% is a tiny stake. It would be large if you own 20% of a public company, but when there's two owners and one owns 80, 20 controls nothing. That's true, and that's what I was getting at. In the big picture, 20% isn't very big when we're looking at FP Journe, but it's still a lot for one entity to have in that company. It's still not enough for them to make big decisions. But what I was getting at is, guys, let me know in the comment section right now, did you see my Tom Ford video? Did you see my Tom Ford video? Dipion, what about Filippo Loretti? I don't like those watches, they're garbage. So if you saw my Tom Ford video, sorry, the sun is shifting here, guys, so I gotta get in a better position. When I made my Tom Ford video, I said, for the most part, I don't recommend people buy watches from companies that are not known as watchmakers. There are some exceptions. Hermes is an exception. Okay, Hermes is not well known as a watchmaker. They're well known as a high-end accessory company. They make leather goods, but some of their watches are incredibly impressive. I don't know if Chanel would be attempting to make the same move, but that would be really interesting. Hey. There's a bunch of doggies walking around. Wait, we just got another super chat. Tanzil asks if the merger will positively affect the Journe identity and lead to Journe supremacy. Here goes. Okay. Very, very clever. He's making a Bourne identity joke. There is some positivity to come out of this, guys. And the positivity is that FP Journe's going to have more capital to work with. Bottom line, he's going to get more money. Chanel, I mean, just from some basic analytics that I ran yesterday, Chanel's doing very well. They have good liquidity, I'm sure. They can move capital to FP Journe quite easily. And I'm sure FP Journe's going to benefit from this just from a capital standpoint. If he gets more money, okay, he's going to be more able to produce these beautiful watches that he produces. I don't think that Chanel is doing a Hermes thing where they are going to source him for high-end movements. I don't think they're doing that. I could be wrong. I didn't invent time, I just tell it, so I could be wrong. Andrew says, too many fashion watches. I've been converting as many as I can to Orient, Hamilton, Tissot, Seiko, etc. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for the help. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Stop wasting your money on an accessory that won't last very long and invest it in an accessory that you can, pass down to someone. Papa Shark Super Chat says, the new FP Journe, Chanel elegant. Exactly. I don't think they're going to be doing this, guys. I don't think they're going to be merging products. I think this is a basic business move. And to be perfectly honest, I think FP Journe has the most to gain from this. But I could be wrong. Do you think my assessment is right or wrong? Cardafel Senpai asks he just says Dan Henry. I'm not a Dan Henry fan at all. Dennis says, Jory, you rock. Please talk more about fashion watches. Fashion watches are crap. I can't believe how many people buy them. SoCal Entourage is in the building. Do you view mods as fashion watches? I don't know what you mean, Christian. I don't understand that. Redskins brings up an interesting point. For many decades, you can find Tiffany on various high-end watches. How valuable would FP Journe Chanel be? Well, Tiffany has a long history in watchmaking, actually, with their relationships with certain watch companies. The most prominent would be the Tiffany dial Rolexes, but Cartier also has a large history of not only them making their own watches, obviously, because Cartier is one of actually the first people to ever release wristwatches in the first place, but also there are Cartier dialed watches from other companies. So I don't have an issue with fashion companies having a relationship with prominent watch brands. I do have an issue once it starts affecting the quality of the watches. Does that make sense? So, for instance, Hermes, big fashion company. They never really did anything with watches, but in the last 5 years, they started putting out these really, really, really impressive watches. So, the quality's there, so I don't really consider it a fashion watch. It's just a really good watch that happens to be from a fashion company. A fashion watch is one of these watches, like the Tom Ford watch, that 001 curated collection watch was such a good example of a fashion watch because the price tag is huge, but the complexity, the craftsmanship is not there. It was mind-boggling to me. Someone sent me a super chat Edmund sent me a super chat, but it just says $5. There was no comment in there, bro. Please retype in your comment so I can acknowledge. He says, oh, okay, I see it. Hi, Jory, would you buy a watch from Costco? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. They do sell some Seikos there. I've seen Breitlings there. I've seen a Panerai there. I've seen Rolexes there, but I've also seen Invictas there. And I'm not going to buy anything that's in the same case as an Invicta. No, also, I don't think the prices are all that good, guys. I would not buy a watch from Costco. I don't think the prices are that great. Victor, is Tommy Hilfiger a fashion watch? Because a friend of mine has it, and it's not a quartz. Doesn't matter what movement it is. Yeah, it is a fashion watch. And I think Movado Group makes the watches for Hilfiger. I could be wrong. James says he only buys movement from Costco. Stephen Hong says you are. LOL. I am what? I don't know. David says you're having an above average hair day. I am, because I literally just walked out of the barber shop right now. Thank you for noticing. Adrian says, what if it's a Rolex from Costco? It doesn't matter what the company is, guys. I just don't think the prices are that good from Costco. So I don't recommend any. They have they were selling solar ladies solar Seikos there for it was like $700 or something. I was like, no, we can find these for like $200 elsewhere. BT's going to the barber today too. Heck yeah, man. Steven, having my Vietnamese coffee? I am. Dude, I am having my Vietnamese coffee. Christian, is the Cartier tank too feminine for average guys, only smart casual? I don't know what that means. I wear a Cartier tank all the time. It is tiny. It's 31 millimeters. I absolutely love it. I don't give a hoot what anybody thinks about it. It's one of my favorite dress watches ever invented. And someone wants to call me feminine for wearing it. That's what happens. Phil C says Vietnamese coffee is way too sweet, diabetes in a cup. That's why I only have it on Saturday. Dipion, is Mont Blanc a fashion watch? No, they're not. They make actually very good watches. Bradley is considering buying an Alpinist. Are there any upkeep costs? No, not at all. I've had an Alpinist for a while, and I don't even have it serviced. It's fine. Nixon, I don't know if I'd consider Nixon a fashion watch. Nixon just doesn't really make very good watches. They're just kind of nothing really impressive there for me. Phil C, Saturday is for cheat days. That's what I'm saying, dude. If you follow me on my other channel, Time Away, you'd know that on Saturdays, I have my Vietnamese coffee. I have whatever I want. I really like Mont Blanc as a company. I think they make really awesome accessories. I have some notebooks from them. I have some pens from them. I don't have any of their watches, but they make very nice products. Christian. Okay, Christian brings up something interesting, guys. Sell your first. He's asking, should you sell or scrap your first watch, even if it's okay? Sell or scrap your first watch if it's a cheap, crappy fashion watch, or do you keep it because that's the watch that got you into watches, guys? Everything I say here, and I really appreciate you listening to me. Honestly, my channel would be nothing without you guys. I appreciate you listening to me, but these are my opinions, okay? And you don't have to like the watches that I like. And you don't have to feel the same way. So wear what you like. If a watch is special to you, it doesn't matter who made it. It doesn't matter the horological significance. It's the personal significance that matters. Okay, if it's your first watch, if it got you into watches and you care about it, keep it. Okay, don't be embarrassed of it. It's silly, guys. It is silly. It's like, I had a bunch of swatches when I was little, okay? And then my dad got me a baby G, a G-Shock, like one of the smaller G-Shocks for kids. And then when I was probably around 9 years old, I think, my dad gave me an LL Bean dial Hamilton automatic field watch 9721. I still have it. Is that the most impressive horologically significant watch in the world? No. But I still have it because it's my first automatic watch and my dad gave it to me, and that means way more than any value that it would have at an auction. You know what I mean? It's just, I hope that made sense, guys. Steven, is your father a watch guy, or was your father? Yes, for sure. He got me into watches. James, Jory says LL Bean is a fashion watch. No. Not the Hamiltons, at least. Sat fan, Jory. I think he meant to ask me, Jory, are you Jewish? Look at me, dude. Yes, I am Jewish. Yaniv asks, how often do you service Seikos? I've never had a single one of my Seikos serviced. Reshki asks, thoughts on 7 Friday? Those watches are ugly. Terribly ugly, and I would never wear one. Dark Magic 6000. I hope you're having a good day too, man. Steven says you always seem happier when you're outside. Man, it's perfect out here, man. How could I not be happy? Steven, is it the coffee that makes me happy? No, man, it's you guys. It's life, dude. Someone wrote to me yesterday and asked how I stay so positive. By the way, I made a video about how I stay so positive on the Time Away channel. Subscribe to Time Away, my other channel. Do you want to know how I stay so positive, dude? It's because every day I try to be more thankful than I was, the day before. So, the more grateful I am for the things around me, the happier I find myself, honestly. So, yeah. I'm very thankful to be here on this park bench, dude. I'm very, especially when you see certain things on the news, like what the people in the Carolinas are going through right now with that terrible storm. I mean, look at the weather out here. What could I possibly be upset about, honestly? There's people that are like really struggling in other places. So, yeah, just be very thankful for everything you have, and you'll find yourself being very, very happy. Yeah, there's dogs like yelping around here and barking because I'm at a park. Stephen Hong says, let's boost the likes up, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. There's only 20 likes and there's almost 200 people here. Come on, let's get those likes up. Rugby says, Tag got me into watches. Do you think Tag's a fashion brand? I don't think they're a fashion brand. I just think they're a terrible watch company. I just don't like them. I don't think they make good watches. But if it got you into, but that's not, I'm not trying to take anything away from your watch, your Tag. I just, it's special to you, that's fine. That's great. I just don't like Tag. Wim asks, what do you think of Oris? Good or not? Boy, you need to watch more of my videos. Okay, I had an Oris on my wrist yesterday, in yesterday's video. Watch more of my episodes, okay? I love Oris. BT asks, do people get weirded out that you're talking to yourself in a park? Number one, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to 180 people right now. And number two, literally don't care about what anybody thinks about me, ever. So, do they get weirded out? Maybe. Do I think about it at all? No. because I'm Jory freaking Goodman. Favorite color on a dive watch? Man, that's hard to say. I think it depends on the watch. Hi.
Morning.
Morning. Phil asks, is Tudor right now putting out better watches than Rolex? No. I don't even know where you got that. No. How are you, sir?
Hello, how are you doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
Let's see, there's a bunch of questions here, guys. Sorry. B. Davidson asks, cats or dogs? Yes, both of them. Love them. And I'll never be able to pick one over the other. Pete, I think he means Damasco. What do I think about them? I think they make really solid watches. If you guys know on Instagram, watch PJK. He's a fairly prominent Instagram watch guy. I actually went to middle school and high school with him. We actually grew up together in New England. And he has a Damasco, a very solid watch. What's up, Sayphone? U87 says, people seem very polite here. Yeah, they do. People in this area, people are quite nice. Sin or Stoa, not super into either of those companies, but I think both those companies make really, really good watches. I really like the Marine chronograph from Stoa, and I think Sin has a few really, really cool watches. What's my favorite dish? My mom makes lamb stew, and that's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. So my mom's lamb stew is my favorite food in the whole world. So yeah, lamb stew. Yanto, beard or no beard? I'm not gonna answer that. What are you talking about? Siphone, I think super chatted, but I don't know what the question was. Thoughts on Nomos? They make very good watches. However, I'm not into the whole sterile Bauhaus German watch design, so I will probably never wear one. That's not to say they're not good watches. It's purely an aesthetic thing. Bauhaus design is very sterile to the point of it being just not appealing to me. SGR, what's my dream car? Porsche 911 RS America in Guards Red. Yanto, are you single? You must be new here, bro. I got a ton of girls, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm tied down. Yeah, I'm taken. Again, I think Connie's been in a few episodes, guys. Also, she's been in a Time Away episode on my other channel, so you got to follow me over there. Andrew, what about Squale? Not into it. Hans, driving versus walking or hiking. You guys know I'm a huge car guy, but again, if you've seen my field watch videos, you see me going on hikes. I'm a huge, I really enjoy going on hikes. And you guys know when I have a Jeep Rubicon that I take into the trails all the time, so I love going out and about. So both, I suppose, hiking and driving. Thoughts on two-tone Rolex tool watches? I think depending on the watch, I think Rolex does two-tone very well. Do you have a watch tan line? Yes. Papa Shark says, Rishki and I are asking where to get the best Vietnamese coffee. Also says hi from Stormy Philippines. Okay, so around here, there's a place called Lee's Coffee. I don't know if it's just a Southern California thing, but in LA you can get Lee's Coffee. It's a Vietnamese chain, and they make really good Vietnamese coffee. Now this isn't Lee's Coffee because I'm in a small suburb right now, but I really like this place, but this place is a secret. Do I like Alpina? Yeah, I do like Alpina. Frederic Constant, so Citizen owns Frederic Constant, Frederic Constant owns Alpina, and Frederic Constant kind of uses Alpina as their sports watch chronograph section. Christian feels like these live streams pay for Jory's haircuts. That's true. Jose, what's your training schedule? Follow me at the Time Away channel. I have multiple weightlifting videos over there. Papa Shark, you're the man. Matt Scambo, ever look into overland camping? Again, dude, you need to look at more of my stuff on Instagram and stuff. Have you seen my Jeep? Very into it. Sat fan, ever go on Mulholland Drive? All the time. All the time. Sat fan, Culver City? What about it? Have I been there? Yeah. Your opinion on cheap watches? I don't know what that means, man. I don't know what that means. I don't think price has anything to do with it. Tanziel, is FP Journe a bot? Yes, he's not real. Hans, do I think the Alpinist will ever come back? At some point, probably. But I wouldn't hold your breath on it. Seiko waits a long time before re-releasing stuff. So I remember they discontinued the Alpinist. When they discontinued the Sarbo 17 Alpinist, like 2 to 3 months later, Basel World happens, and people got so mad that Seiko didn't show off the new Alpinist. Dude, they're not gonna do it that quickly. They're not gonna cut it off and then re-release it 3 months later. They're not that stupid. Will it come back? Maybe. Matt says, you're the only person to pronounce my last name correctly on the first try. Well, dude, I know what it's like to have a unique name. I'm not making fun of anybody in the comment section right now, but at the beginning of every one of my episodes, my full name is listed. The intro to all my episodes is, what's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. And for some reason, people, every one of you guys, still misspells my name. So it's just so funny, but it doesn't bother me. It's funny. Andrew, Lashana Tova, may you be written in the book of life. MGK or Eminem? Eminem murdered Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know if you guys heard it, but murdered it. James says, I think Jory could really rock one of those large Panerais. Boy, you need to watch some of my early episodes. Have you seen my Luminor Marina? Andrew, kill shot. Heck yeah. Toughest dress watch? Right here. Sapphire crystal, 100 meter water resistance rating, threaded crown. That's all you need, dude. You can take this on a hike and then go out to dinner with it. Frederic Constant moon timer. R. Ryan, comment about the negatives of watch collecting, especially flipping watches and then rebuying them again. I could probably make a video about this. I typically recommend that people don't buy watches for resale value. It's just too volatile. I would, with regular watches. Hear me out. I could probably make an episode about this, but numerous people have written to me, and they're like, hey, should I buy the Seiko SKX 007J over the 007K because the J has a higher resale value? No one's gonna care, okay? It's so funny. You go on eBay and people are trying to sell their used SKXs for over $200. It is a joke. It's an SKX. No one's going to pay that. Frederick Kincaid, any giveaways planned soon? I'm giving away 2 watches right now, dude. Oh my God. You guys need to watch more of my episodes. What is going on? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm literally giving away 2 watches at the end of this month. I've been running this giveaway since the beginning of September. Come on, guys. What's up, Mook Rage? Bacon Eater. What's going on, bro? Jory, thoughts on one-hand watches like a regulator watch? Oris makes a really awesome regulator. Keone, Goodman's so easy to spell. Exactly, dude. Frederick, happy holiday season from Jersey. What's going on, man? Christian, are you neat with your watches or do you let them pile? I don't know what you mean by that. I keep them all in like separate slots in cases, so I'm not quite sure what you mean. Oh, I got a super chat. Tanzil. Okay, so Tanzil has some more insight for us. He has another theory. What's most likely to happen is FP Journe tanks on the secondary market given the news. Jory does 30 burpees, then power walks his way home, and the live stream ends. That might happen, guys. Owl29, I'm wearing my Frederic Constant Moon Timer. Beautiful, beautiful watch. Very, very, very hard to find. And I bought this on a whim. One of the best purchases I've ever made. Matthew Hubley, where did you grow up in New England? New Hampshire. I'm from southern New Hampshire. Slovak Rare Coins, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? One Bentley forever, a newbie hour here, but Bentley, you're not a newbie because you've been with me for a little while. I recognize your name. OCM 506, that one Grail watch you'll never be able to buy because it's so expensive. That's an impossible question. That's not, my brain doesn't work that way. Not to sound narcissistic or full of myself. I don't think that there's anything I won't be able to accomplish. I literally died. Honestly. I don't think there's any watch I would never be able to get. So there is no watch that I won't be able to get. Sup, Jory, are you going to have a recurring live stream schedule? Yeah, well, I've been pretty consistent with my live streams, right? On Saturdays in the mornings, you guys can pretty consistently expect me to be streaming right now. Christian, have watches become more of a job since your channel has grown? The ratio of my life has shifted preferentially towards watches, right? I have to pay more attention to watches, but the nagging obligation feeling of it is not there. So it's not really a job. I enjoy it quite a bit. John L. Fitzgerald, missing the time teller. I'm here right now, dude, and there's 3 new videos up on my channel from this week. So I don't know what you're upset about. Matt Scambo, Moon Timer or Jazz Master? So I love Jazz Masters and I have a Jazz Master. I think they're great dress watches, but the Moon Timer specifically kicks the crap out of them because this is such a capable piece. First of all, Swiss automatic with a moon phase and a date complication, black dial, all right? Then you're getting the threaded crown with a 100 meter water resistance rating. So it's just a highly, highly, highly over capable dress watch. Darius Sherman, I'm just trying to learn the game. Dude, welcome to the club, dude. I'm still learning about watches, man. Best dress watches with a threaded crown besides the moon timer. I think, so this, not to sound like a cop-out, because I know a lot of people, 50% of the people will say that's a sports watch, and then 50% of the people will say that's a dress watch. I think some Oyster Perpetuals, especially on a leather, like if you put it on a leather strap, I think that's a great over-capable dress watch as well. But again, some people will say, oh, it's a sports watch, and then the other 50% will say, that is a dress watch. So, you know. Yeah, one Bentley Forever date just has a thread crown. Exactly. That's another really good one. Hans Longkamp. Do you know what watch you want to add to your collection next, or are you at a place where you don't need another one? Bro, I will never be satisfied with the watches I have right now. Okay, I am addicted. So there is a huge list of watches that I want to get. Papa Shark, would you spend 50,000 on the IHE2? If I had 50K to allocate towards a watch right now, I would, because that's such a, I love it. With the porcelain dial, oh my gosh, the IHE2 is, I love the Creator IHE2. Homer Simpson. What is your toughest watch? Seiko Tuna SPBN 031. One Bentley Forever. Does Connie own any watches herself? Yes, she does. She has a small Omega collection. Reshki, did you ever find the perfect Grand Seiko for Federico? I didn't. Not yet. We're still working on that one, guys. James. Jory, I will never be satisfied, Goodman. Have Hamilton gone off the boil? I think Hamilton's great, man. People are upset that Hamilton is like marketing themselves with movies. I don't think that's an issue, because the quality is still there. I think they make great watches. Captain Shaner's, seems like a lot of your watches aren't modded at all. Are you anti-modding? I'm not anti-modding. I just don't, like, no, nothing's come to me yet that I've wanted to mod or change up, but I could see myself getting into that in the future. Kaylin, do you wear Warby Parker glasses? Yes, I do. These are Warby Parkers. Pretty much exclusively wear Warby Parkers. Omega or Frederic Constant? I have multiple Omegas. I love Omega. And I love Frederic Constant. They're not, it's kind of apples and oranges there, guys. You know, Omega has a huge sports watch catalog. Frederic Constant doesn't. They're not really comparable brands. I think they're both great. Homer loves Omega. Me too, man. Would you purchase a watch from history like JFK's Rolex? Probably not. Like, probably not. T3, any recommended straps for a Seiko Cocktail Time? I literally made an episode talking about the different strap options for the Seiko Cocktail Time, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Hadley Roma ostrich leather strap. Supreme Brick. Tom Ford or Rolex. What do I think of the Rolex Cellini line? think it's unnecessary at this point. I think they used to have really cool watches, but not now. I would love to get a vintage Cellini Prince or something like that, or Rolex Prince. But nowadays, like the current ones, horrific. What's wrong with Seiko 5? You mentioned that you prefer Orient over Seiko 5. I'm just not a huge Seiko 5 guy. I recommend a ton of Seiko 5s. I love Seiko 5. I just think Orient gives you more watch. Bert, hola, from Mexico, man. What watch would I wear in a zombie apocalypse? See, the romantic in me would love to like just wear my Hamilton khaki field mechanical, the 1940s reissue, and I would love that to have just like a bare bones field watch with me. I think that would be so badass. But the reality is, the smarter decision would probably be a G-Shock. Yeah. So I would say the romantic in me would pick a Hamilton. The realist in me would pick a G-Shock for sure. Al says, just looked up your watch on Google. It's sweet, all right. Dude, it is really sweet, man. Thank you. This is literally one of the best purchases I've made when it comes to watches, because I kind of lusted over it. I saw it and I was like, wow, that's gorgeous. And I jumped on it. And then the next day it was like out of stock everywhere. And the price jumped up to retail, which was like $2,500. And now they're selling like for around $3,000, which is just ridiculous because I paid under $1,000 for this. Tree Dillinger, can't use batteries in the zombie apocalypse. Yes, but I think the smarter option would be risking your battery dying, because often G-Shocks don't die for, 5 to 10 years. I'd risk my battery running out versus tripping, knocking my watch on the ground, my mechanical watch, and having it just not work anymore. So it's so funny when people are like, oh, if the apocalypse happens and you're wearing a watch with a battery in it, the battery might die. Yeah, well, if the apocalypse happens and you're wearing a mechanical watch, you might sneeze and it's not regulated anymore. So it's like, come on, guys. Also, if the apocalypse happens, the last thing I'm going to care about is my watches. I'm sorry, guys. That's just the case. Milk says you'd probably die before your battery did. That's what I'm getting at. I didn't want to sound morbid, but that's what I'm getting at. I'm thinking of getting a Seiko Presage Sorry 055 for my everyday watch. Do it, dude. Great watches, man. The Presage line. Would you wear a quality fashion watch or an iWatch? That's a loaded question, because I don't know what a quality fashion watch means. Are we talking like Cartier or Hermes, or are we talking Tom Ford? Because no, neither. I wouldn't wear either. Reshke says, notice you have some great shoes in some of your wrist shots on Instagram. Got a favorite pair of shoes? I do. You can catch me pretty much every day wearing Sperry's. But I'm going to fill you in on a little secret, guys. Connie pretty much dresses me. All right. It's not something that I'm proud of, but Connie pretty much picks everything out for me. And I'm wearing a polo t-shirt. You think the baby snowflake will ever come down below the 750 mark? Maybe. I haven't been following that watch too much. It's a really cool watch, but there's so much hype around it right now that it is staying up around the $1,000 mark. Reschke says she's probably proud of that. Yeah. James says Jory's muscles are so big he can't dress himself. Cowboy Swami, love your beard. Are you going to cut it sometime? Yeah, maybe when I'm dead. Chris says, at least you can admit it. Same here. My wife picks out all my clothes too. Christian says, didn't you get your dad an undone watch? Isn't that a fashion watch? Christian, you've asked me a few questions right now in this live stream about fashion watches. And I think I'm interested in what your definition is of a fashion watch, because it's kind of vague there, buddy. I don't think, no, I don't think undone is a fashion watch. Brady, what size Sperry's do you wear? Are you trying to rob me? What are you doing? I think these are like 11 and a halves. Blue Moons, what if Connie picked your watches for you? Connie bought me my Sarbo 6.5. That was a gift from Connie. So for anybody that doesn't think she doesn't pay attention or she doesn't know about watches, you're wrong, because she got me my Sarbo 6.5 and she gave me my Alpinist. Can you believe that? Those were gifts from Connie. The cops are here, they're gonna shut me down. What do you think about Alpina watches? I love Alpina watches. I mean, I don't love them, but I think they make good watches. Phil C, love the Sarb line. Chris B, your girlfriend rocks. She does rock. She's the best girl in the world, and she's taken, guys. All right, so don't get any funny ideas, because you don't want none, all right? Sarbo 6.5 is very good. I agree. What's up, D? What do I think of the Speedmaster date? I love Speedmasters. Hey. Little doggy. There's a bunch of corgis running around right now. It's so funny. Corgis are like a big head with, it's just like a little head that's like walking around. You almost never see their legs. James, stop selling tickets to the gun show. Impossible. Edmund, you're a funny man. Thanks, dude. Do you own some Russian watches? I have a Vostok Amphibia. Brad, what's your raw total? Haven't had time this week to check time away. Around 1,500. Would you ever get a dog? Yes, absolutely. I've had multiple dogs. The last dog I had for 14 years. And he unfortunately passed away, but he was my best buddy. And then as a gift, someone gave me Ari, my black cat, and I had her for 5 awesome years. And then she got leukemia and passed away. And I have Link and Seiko. And I found that cats, cats are some of my favorite animals now. I used to be only a dog person. Now I really see the value in cats. Cats are amazing companions. It's fun to kind of hate on cats, but my cats are super affectionate. They're amazing companions, and they're great because when I'm out and about traveling or going out for the day, they're very independent. So I don't have to feel bad about leaving a dog by itself. Unfortunate. That's kind of the unfortunate reality when you have a dog in the city. It's kind of hard. Redskin says, "You own an amphibia. You, sir, are the man." Zenith El Primero, Breitling Navitimer. I like both of them. I actually really dig the new El Primero Open Heart. I think it's really cool, actually. Bentley says, "You can tell you're in an upscale. You can tell you're in an upscale neighborhood in California. The dog breeds are more expensive." Rishki asks, "Is Link named after a bracelet, or is Link from the Zelda series?" I'm gonna blow your mind here real quick, guys. I'm the time teller, right? Link, my cat, was named because Link is the hero of time in the Zelda universe. So there's time, and there's Link from Zelda, which I grew up playing and I am obsessed with. So yeah, the answer is both. It's named after time and it's named after Link from Zelda. Because Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch is one of the best games I've ever played, and I'm not lying about that. I'm blowing people's minds right here with that. And then I named Seiko after Seiko because I love Seikos. Yeah, Connie would be the time dresser. Someone asked, "Do I pick my outfit or my watch first?" Usually, well, Connie picks my outfit, guys. We already established that. Don't make me admit it some more times, okay? Connie dresses me, and I just wear whatever watch I want to wear that day. What's wrong with NATO straps? You don't wear them often? That's not true, dude. My SSC 081's on a NATO strap. I love NATO straps. Ugh. Okay, you commenting "say my name" makes me not want to say your name. That's like a weird power play thing. No, I'm not saying your name, dude. That's weird. Do I find power reserves to be useful or redundant? I went through this phase where I was obsessed with power reserves. I thought they were the coolest thing ever. I think it's down to the watch and how the watch design, how it's pulled off, wherever it's placed. Like if it's on the dial, I'd have to see the dial to see if I like it. A really good example is the Aichi from Creeder. Originally had a power reserve indicator on the dial. I thought it looked cool until I saw the Aichi 2 and they moved the power reserve indicator on the back of the watch, and I realized that the watch is much cleaner and just much more appealing without it. So I think it has to do kind of on a watch to watch basis, but I think certain power reserves look really, really cool. Phil C, any straps you would recommend? Man, I literally made a video dedicated to recommending watch straps last night. You guys need to watch my current videos, seriously. Andy, understand completely how you felt when you lost Link. Tragic. I didn't lose Link. I still have Link. I lost Ari. She passed away from leukemia. Link is still all well and good. Right now I have Link and Seiko. They're both healthy, thank God. They're good to go. Ari passed away from leukemia, unfortunately, earlier this year. CJ, okay, everybody's asking me how many watches do you have? How many watches do you have? I have too many. I have too many, and then at the same time, I don't have enough. Ugh, such a unique first world problem to have. That's why I do giveaways, exactly. If your Hardlex crystal gets scratched, would you upgrade it to sapphire? Sure, if you want to, if that's a possibility, do it if you want. I've never scratched a Hardlex crystal, guys. Mind blowing. I know. People are like, oh, Hardlex is so vulnerable. No, it's not. Blue moons. Many people underestimate Hardlex. Seriously, I knock around my tuna so much, and there's not a scratch on the crystal. Ooh, Oscar, what's your perfect combination of sports car and wristwatch? Man, that's a really good question. I feel like the Submariner, like the Rolex sports watch, is equivalent to the 911, especially when we're looking at it from a market standpoint, because they're both very sought after, but they're both a huge, like in a huge bubble right now. 911s are increasing in price steadily, and then we all know what's going on with Rolex sports watches. So I think a Rolex sports watch and a Porsche, and a 911. Yeah, I think that's a good combo. Tomos Luke, shout out from Wales. Hell yeah, what's going on, Wales? Got some Welsh people in here. What's going on, man? Favorite dial color? Depends on the watch. Shout out from Canada. What's going on, Canada? Hublot, good quality. Please, I'm trying to enjoy my Vietnamese coffee. I'm not trying to throw it up right now, all right? You have sundials? Serious question. I don't have a sundial. Big fan from Estonia. What's going on? Any thoughts on glycine, now part of Invicta? I don't really like either of the companies. Like, I'm not a huge fan of glycine, and I hate Invicta, so I don't really care either way. How's that Colareb strap doing? Dude, you should totally get one. For around 40 bucks, this strap is so sick. Look at that. Looks so sick. Latvia, what's going on, Latvia? But yeah, guys, so I kind of, again, I think we need to look at the definition of what a fashion watch is, but don't get caught up on the brand name on the dial. I think too many of us, especially when we're new to watch collecting, we get a little bit caught up on the dial. We see these brands that have, a ton of brand equity. They're very popular. Ooh, Gucci. Ooh, now Tom Ford, and stuff like that. And we assume because they have some cachet and panache, that all their accessories are good. When in reality, they're screwing you over with their prices, honestly. So, yeah, guys, just don't get caught up in the brand hype. Learn more, ask questions. You can always ask me directly at The Simple Consultant, or we can talk to each other on these live streams. Yeah, seems like all fashion watches are the same. Nothing impressive, poor movements, poor craftsmanship, and very, very high prices. And it's super duper unfortunate. So I just realized I didn't tell the time in this live stream, so we're gonna wrap it up here, but it is 11:06 a.m. We've already got down to business. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. My kind of Saturday happy place live stream. And yeah, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Something I honestly look forward to every Saturday is talking to you guys. So yeah, have an awesome, safe weekend. I hope everybody that's over by the Carolinas is doing well with the storm. I hope you guys are nice and safe. And yeah, thinking of you guys over there. So everybody, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Have a good one. Tell your family you love them. I love you guys. Have a good one. Oh wait, sorry. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller, and always remember I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Have a good one, guys.